Where did those two people go? The ones who once loved each other with such passion, looking deep into each other's eyes? Carl Jung noticed that many modern marriages silently drift toward a hidden tragedy. When couples stop calling each other by their names and start using titles like mom and dad, they have actually crossed a dangerous threshold. This is not merely a change in address. It is a sign that individuality has been sacrificed. The marriage ceases to be a space for spiritual growth and transforms into what Jung provocatively called a breeding pen, a structure serving only biological production. Today on Shadow Atlas, we explore why we unconsciously replace our partners with our parents and how this trap withers the soul. Why do we seek our mother or father in our spouse? Jung suggests that a man never fully forgets that first sense of protection and magic security received from his mother. If this bond is not consciously severed, the man unconsciously projects his anima and the mother archetype onto his wife. He begins to expect his wife to mother him, to shield him from the harshness of the outside world. In this state, the wife is no longer a partner, but a magical protector. Similarly, a woman may project the authority, spiritual guidance, or power she expected from her father onto her husband. Jung defines this as the transfer of the parental imago to the spouse. The result? You are no longer relating to a real human being, but to a ghost from your own past. This projection is so subtle that when we argue with our partner, we are often screaming at the phantom of a parent who disappointed us decades ago. Jung offered a harsh critique of marriages that exist solely for the purpose of child rearing. He spoke of pseudo-ideal marriages where couples are imprisoned in their roles as mom and dad. These individuals meet societal expectations so perfectly that they bury their true personalities behind a persona, a social mask. Jung warned, this path reduces marriage to the level of a breeding pen. The individual is no longer a living character. They are merely a provider, a caregiver, or a parent. This leads to what Jung called an extreme one-sidedness of consciousness, causing the creative energy of the soul, the libido, to stagnate. When this energy cannot flow outward, it turns inward, often triggering a psychological collapse during a midlife crisis. By clinging to these perfect parent personas, we lock our passionate, creative shadow in the basement, where it waits to haunt us later. Why can't we break free from these roles? Because the desire to lay one's head on a parent's knee, a nostalgia for that safe original source, exists within everyone. Jung called this regressive longing. For an adult, having a spouse act like a mother or father is a comfortable way to avoid responsibility and retreat into the enchanted world of childhood. But the cost of this comfort is steep. When a man begins to see his wife as a mother, sexual attraction and true eros slowly die. The unconscious perceives this as an incest trap, and the libido withdraws. The marriage ceases to be a dance between two free individuals and turns into a drama between two hungry children trying to feed one another. Jung's path to freedom is painful but liberating. Individuation. The first step is to strip away that massive mask of mother or father from our partner. It is to accept them in all their otherness, with all their flaws, as a being independent of our fantasies. The absolute understanding or absolute power you demand from your spouse must actually be found within your own self. To call your partner by their name is a small but revolutionary act. It is to strip them of their roles and greet them as a soul. When you withdraw your projection, you begin to see the human being for the first time. This is when marriage evolves from a breeding pen into a sacred journey where two souls sharpen one another. Before you call your spouse mom or dad today, stop for a moment. Remember that they have a name, a story, and a soul that exists beyond your projections. Are you ready to leave the masks on the table and truly get to know each other?